Hi friends, welcome to Cabane. Today, let's talk about hugs. Studies have found hugs to have a positive impact on our health. It can boost the production of happiness hormones such as dopamine, oxytocin, and serotonin, and reduce our level of cortisol, which is often called the hormone of stress. And for young children, hugs are a powerful way to help them develop a feeling of safety and belonging. So here are a few tips that might make a big difference in the way you hug children. Number one, get to their eye level. Just like when we talk to a child, being at eye level makes a big difference in the dynamic. So if a child starts hugging you, ask them for a second and sit down or get on your knees so you can give them a real hug. Number two, don't let go until the child does. I shared that tip with a colleague some time ago, and a few weeks later, she told me she had the most amazing experience. One child in her classroom worked super hard that morning on a project. He spent hours focusing on it. He was really happy with it, really excited. And then just before lunch, he rushed to finish part of his project. And in his opinion, he messed up his project. So he got very upset, very frustrated. He tore down his project and threw the pieces on the floor and was inconsolable. During lunchtime and playtime, the teacher was trying to help him feel better, manage his emotions, but there was not much improvement. He was still very upset. At nap time, the child was very agitated on his cot. So she came to him and she offered him a hug. She embraced him, and after a few seconds, she was ready to let go when she remembered our conversation. So she kept on holding him until she felt him let go. He held her for 2 full minutes. That might not seem like a long time, but when you're a teacher with 30 children in your classroom and trying to settle everyone down for nap, I can tell you 2 minutes take a long time. After 2 minutes, he let go, lied down on his cot, and then told her, "I think I'm ready to sleep now." And he fell asleep immediately. After that, he had a great afternoon. He slept really well and had a great time with his friends. When we talked about it after, my colleague told me she was so glad we had this discussion because this 2-minute hug made such a big difference in that child's well-being that day. Number three, sometime when your child's emotions are running really high, you know that a hug would help them settle down, but you're afraid that if you offer it, they might reject it just because they're upset and worked up. So instead of offering one, ask for one. You can say something like, "My goodness, I'm feeling such strong emotions. I think a hug would make me feel better. Could you please give me a hug?" Children are naturally caring, so most of the time they will give you a hug, which will also help them appease their own emotions. Number four, hugs can provide a good opportunity to teach your child about appropriate physical contact in a social situation. Young children are sometimes curious about breasts or used to touch their moms when they're being breastfed. As always, I encourage you to tell your child what to do instead of what not to do. When you give a hug to a person, you can put your hand on their arm or your arm around their neck. If your child has more questions, which rarely happens when they're under 6, you can just explain, breasts are private parts, therefore we don't touch them. I made a full video on how to address private parts with the children. If you want to check that out, I will link it in the comments. Finally, number 5, hugs, like kisses, are a great opportunity to convey to your child the notion of ownership of their own body. In traditional education, it was pretty common to require the children to kiss or hug guests or people you're visiting. Instead, I would encourage you to require your child to greet the people politely and then ask them if they want to give the person a hug or a kiss. Similarly, when you want to give your child a hug or even a kiss, I would suggest you just ask permission before. I know it can feel a little strange to ask a child before we give them a kiss or a hug, but when you think about the notion this is conveying to them, I hope you see the importance of this approach. I can't wait to hear your perspective on this suggestion. Please share your favorite hug tip in the comments. If you like this content and would like more, remember to like and subscribe. And until next time, let's be kind to one another, give each other plenty of hugs, and enjoy the adventure. Bye!